Hi, Siva.
Hi, sir.
I shared one scenario for a mock interview. That is, let us say, in a project, there are technical people. They have been sharing the files on the Linux network. So they have set up NFS, network file system, in Linux network, and they wanted those files to be set up in AWS EFS. So what we need to do, we need to show the solution to them. So did you write any solution on that?
Yes, I have made the steps in one PPT.
Okay. You please share that and you discuss on that topic. What is your solution as per your experience?
Okay.
You please share the screen.
Okay.
I'll put on mute. You can start explaining your thought process and solution. How to do that.
So this is our requirement. So there are some project teams in an organization. So they have Linux network files on NFS. So they wanted them to migrate into AWS cloud with the same setup. So for this scenario, I have designed the steps how to proceed with this solution part. So before that, discussing the solution part, we need to have the prerequisite for this requirement. AWS IAM ID with admin full access, and there is another two IAM IDs with below access like EC2 full access and S3 full access in order to access these services. So these are the steps which I have made for this requirement. So the first step one is we need to create one S3 bucket and migrate the files, whatever the files are located in the on-premises. We need to migrate the files into S3 bucket. Then we need to create one Linux EC2 instance and set up the Amazon EFS eTool package, and we need to install this EFS eTools package on the admin EC2. After that, we need to create one Linux group to be used for the other users. So for that, we need to create one Linux group. Then we need to convert this whatever the EFS EC2 machine into AMI image to give access to the other users to launch their EC2s from this AMI image. So which has basically a EFS setup for the other users. After we have given the image to the other users, now EC2 users need to create a Linux users along with the passwords within the EC2 servers. So these user IDs need to map with the Linux group, which is created by the EFS admin EC2. So the EFS admin EC2 will create the group, and he needs to give the with the users and passwords to the other users. So these user IDs need to be shared to this by the EFS admin EC2. After he is shared, then we need to create one EFS file system on the AWS console for the EFS admin EC2. So once we created the EFS file system, then we need to download the whatever the S3 object are available on the S3 bucket. So from the bucket, we into a folder of our EC2 server. We need to download by the duplicate command. After that, we need to go to that EFS console, whatever we have created the EFS file system. Then we need to select the EFS file system which we have created earlier. And if you go to this attach button, then you can see this mounting the part with via public IP option from the EFS console. And after that, we need to mount the S3 files folder on EFS admin EC2. Then we need to mount this EFS with the input of S3 folder path at the end of the slash. So after we have mounted, then we need to give access this particular to the other users by the root user of EFS admin EC2. So how I can give access to the other users means you need to add the EC2 Linux user IDs into Linux group ID of EFS admin 2. So here in this EFS admin 2, we need to add the Linux group IDs along with user IDs. So once you have given the access by the sudo chmod command, then the other users will have the access to this particular S3 folder of EFS admin EC2. So then they can operate the operations inside that by using that folder.
Okay, you mean to say when we add their IDs into the admin EC2 Linux group, they will be having the folder access.
Yes.
That S3 files downloaded folder access in their system. Like linking the folder from the admin EC2 and sharing them to these users, right?
Yes.
Okay.
For that, we are giving the sudo chmod group ID permission for that users, because we have created the one group ID, and inside that we are giving the user IDs inside the group. So now
do the users need to do any mount options, mounting file system there in their EC2s? Is it required?
No, nothing.
Okay, only in the admin EC2 it is required, mounting file system. Okay. Good. I think you have done one POC on this scenario, right, in the past? Proof of concept.
Yes. Sharing the files with two developers scenario.
Okay, two developers. Okay. I'll stop recording. Good.